and a gain.
It has been a season full of twists and turns, and it all reaches a crescendo here tonight as EA Sports so proud to welcome you to the marquee event of the NFL calendar, Super Bowl Sunday. Tonight, it is all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Baltimore Ravens taking on the NFC champions. Beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
Their own 21-yard line.
Real quick, ready?
They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down. You look at this Super Bowl, the second appearance for this head coach. The first one did not go as planned, as we all know, but what do you think he's learned from that first go-around?
He learned how much it hurts to lose, and that's what you hear from coaches so often. They don't remember the wins as much as they remember the losses. You can talk about the media, the scrutiny, the hoopla, but once you've had to shake a head coach's hand and jog off the field and know you have to face the media, face your fans, face your home life, knowing that you've lost the Super Bowl, that hurts big time, and you're going to do everything possible to try and prevent that from happening again.
Now Jackson. An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Everyone rolls into the Super Bowl saying, hey, I'm confident, I'll just do what I did before. But let's face it, you got to be wary of the jitters going into a big game like this. Super Bowl's unlike any other game you're going to play.
And now he's starting out 0 for 2. We'll see if he can rebound. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Lions will take over. Looking to put a drive together.
18, Rodley, 18.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Craig. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A man who was the Georgia State High School Player of the Year in 2020. Here's Jahmyr Gibbs. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Toronto.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
It's second and inches at the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Ready.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are on the board first here in this Super Bowl.
For the extra point.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0.
Ravens nothing. Cam Little to kick off.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They trailed early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That one good for 37 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. From the gun, it's Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. That's complete. Ginty out of the backfield. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
16 yards. That's another Baltimore first down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
On 1st down, it's Ginty. That stop made by Jack Campbell.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they held him to just a yard.
To throw is Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And they got it inside the 10 at the 8. We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in the red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. Now a hand off to Ginty. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying this Super Bowl at 7. Tyler Luke now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out looking to repeat that, Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3 more quarters of football left in this season as we're through 1, and we'll be back in a moment with more of Super Bowl 64. 7-all is the score. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Red. 18 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
And it's 3rd down.
Ready?
They're going to look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Taken from just outside the 30. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
At the 44-yard line.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Jackson now. Now he'll tuck this and run. Wide open receiver, complete. And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Ravens have taken the lead.
On his loop for the extra point.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Makes the score Ravens 14, Lions 7. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the...
Yard line.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived, as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they get this game tied up.
Murray now to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. A give right side for Gibbs. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Murray going to throw. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 17-yard line. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up the 1st down.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 17-yard line.
Here's Murray. Over the middle, complete. That's Jimenez. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. 2 minutes on the clock in the second quarter of this Super Bowl. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
They'll run here with Pacheco. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's already found the end zone once in this half, and they do a nice job there pushing him backwards and denied his bid for a second score.
Hey. 2-2. Biggest. Buzz. Hey. 2-2.
Throwing now is Murray. The quick slant. Touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying up this Super Bowl. Now the extra point try forthcoming. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
Ties the game at 14. Cam Little to kick off.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. Spinning past him. And he'll return this one all the way onto the other side of the field.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Now it's Jackson.
That one complete down the field to Smith.
And all the way in for the Ravens touchdown. A great play there. 46 yards. And the Ravens have moved out in front. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 21-14.
Lions 14. Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And that one not returnable. It's over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 30-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make...
To the right side and intercepted.
A little juke. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
On the give, Genty.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown.
Ashton Genty,
A 5-yard touchdown run.
and the Ravens continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead now up to 14.
Ravens 28, Lions 14.
Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively. He's got a man, complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
First down, Toronto.
Come back. Hold on.
Here's Murray. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Jamison Williams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Lions are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And they're within 7 now at 28-21.
Lions 21.
So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Hey. What are you? Sit on.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down. 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
Tyler Luke to kick off for Baltimore.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in this Super Bowl. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there in the return. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they trail here in the Super Bowl, but fortunately for them, Charles, very much still within striking range.
Yeah, things didn't go exactly the way they planned in the first half. To me, they appeared to be a little bit tight, made a few errors they normally wouldn't. But, of course, this is the Super Bowl, so things get a little bit heightened in that regard. But I think they have to feel a little fortunate. They're only down what they are here starting the third quarter.
And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. To throw is Murray. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line.
First down, Lions.
Now Murray. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
And the Lions, first down.
On play action, it's Murray. He's airing it out for Williams. That is incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. He'll get this complete to Calvin Austin. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
7-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
To throw, it's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. They're going for it. Hits Murray.
Short pass here taken in by Laporta.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line.
So after the fourth down conversion, now 1st and 10 inside the 25.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Brings up 3rd and inches.
And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the 1st down as he's tackled at the 2.
Omaha.
Corum is into the end zone. A touchdown, Lions.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and we are all tied at 28.
Cam Little, the kickoff.
Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And some room to maneuver. And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Baltimore. 44 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Lions are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
A lot of times the key is just get him the ball and let him do his thing, and they got it out to him on the left side, and he did exactly that. Excellent run after the catch.
Corum now in 1st and 10.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 50-yard
Play
line.
action. Now it's Murray.
Throw left side, caught by Laporta.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
On the play. And it's 3rd down.
On the give, this is their fullback. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. They're going to go with a tight end here on the running play. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Now the gadget play here on 4th down winds up backfiring. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going.
Not an ideal way to end their previous drive. They threw the interception, Charles, after they had built up some momentum. They were moving the football, but something to at least build on for this offense as they run back out here.
Yeah, you're right about that. Up until that last play, everything was working pretty well for this offense, gaining chunks of yardage, getting first downs, really making a push for the end zone, and looked like they had a nice rhythm going. Now you got to have a short memory here. Don't focus on the interception. Focus on what came before it and get back to it.
And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
From the 38 now, here's 2nd and 2.
Now Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. Going up top. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Oh, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
4th down, here's Jackson. He'll try to do it himself. And he's taken down inside the 30. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain.
Baltimore, first down. 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
On the give, Genty. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
It's 3rd and 7.
Once again, it's Genty. And no sidestepping that here. He's going to be brought down hard, and it also sets up 4th down.
It's 4th down.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And his kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter.
So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 28.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And we're at the time of this Super Bowl where, look, they need points.
Here in the 4th quarter as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Out to the flat, that's complete to his running back. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
And the Lions first down.
Play fake. Murray. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
It's a
A nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Murray now. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
to number 82. A gain of 16 yards. And a Toronto first down.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Pass to the tight end, Laporta.
for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
This is caught. And in for the Lions touchdown. Sam Laporta from 8 yards out. And the Lions have regained the lead in the second half of this Super Bowl. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game.
35. Ravens 31.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Wanna quit?
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Nice shot. Shut up. All right. Nice shot. Shut up.
They'll start on the ground with Ginty. And he stopped immediately there.
He was brought down at the 26.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
DC, right?
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Shut up. Shut up.
Here's Jackson to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. I don't know that those medium 5-ish yard gains are going to do it right now. Probably should have dropped it, right?
Yeah, that way you save more time on the clock, but I know receivers, they think they can catch it and break a tackle and turn into a big game.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
They got the completion. Now, they probably had 2 plays called in the huddle, so they've got to get to the line of scrimmage, get set, and run their 4th down play.
They'll go. Here's Ginty. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Is a turnover on downs.
They run straight ahead with Corum. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Now Murray. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
This is 1st and 10.
Shut up.
The drive will begin with a run by Ginty. And now off to the races down the right side. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Throwing, Jackson. And it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead.
Lions 38.
Now after the touchdown, Loop back out to kick this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Clock at 30 seconds. 2nd and 10. Murray to throw. And that's caught by Williams. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Back to throw. Murray. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Intercepted. The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
DC, run. DC. Ready. Sit up.
We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
43-yard line.
Throwing now is Jackson. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. Fighting his way through contact.
A gain of 17 yards. That's good for a...
And it's all over. Just one is left standing, and that one is the Baltimore Ravens, your Super Bowl champions.